You're watching Avenue X, and this is rant about my complaint about the platform that I've had a problem with for a while, and this year it just got a lot worse. IQIYI. And technically, we haven't even finished the first half of 2025 anyway, so we can talk about everything pretty much that has happened on this platform and to this platform up to this point. And as things develop, you kind of get increasingly annoyed, confused, and frankly speaking, embarrassed by everything this platform has done. I think this platform is on the brink of total collapse. I'm not saying the other platforms like Tencent, Youku, or Mango are in any way significantly better than this one. At least to some extent, you can still see where they're coming from and why they're doing the things they do. Whereas when you look at IQIYI, it confuses you to no end. You have no idea what is ongoing with this platform and the people running it. It seems that collectively, people who run this platform has all gone mad. Whatever it's doing right now is kind of trying to hang itself sooner than later. So with all the complaints I have, let's count backwards. With the drama that has freshly aired, hasn't even finished, to the dramas that have recently finished airing and then finished airing earlier, and really nothing good has happened to IQIYI up to this point. Let's start with recently 2 dramas aired on the same day. 绝密 较量, that's the current title. Previously, it's called 安全危机, and it had a long title that got shortened to A Secret Path. It is a contemporary spy drama. Then, the long-awaited second installment of the IP 狐妖小红娘. Although this one, because of the previous drama's failure, changed its title. I guess like they don't want to be unlucky. So they changed the title to 淮水竹亭 Loving Pavilion. If you know where it comes from, it's the bamboo leaf, the green version of the fox spirit matchmaker. These are the 2 fresh, still airing, just shown up on the scene IQIYI dramas. On the day, 28th, I checked out both dramas and all their episodes. So I watched 10 freaking episodes on that day, just on IQIYI. Apart from that, I watched also Youku and Tencent. So that whole day, I was like soaked in dramas. Wasn't a very good experience, I can tell you that. Both dramas are, if you don't have specific reasons to check it out, just don't watch it. For A Secret Path, I watched the first 4 episodes and decided not to spend another second on it. Honestly, if special agents of China's intelligence are all that incompetent, China as a country should not exist by this point. Sometimes doesn't even satisfy the basic level of intelligence and logic. Just normal people doing things wouldn't even do that, but they are national security agents. You expect them to be like 10 times more clever and faster and more suspicious about everything, I guess, than normal people. No, like they do the most stupid things. And one other thing about the production itself that is absolutely ridiculous is that drama has constant BGM. One of the most overused BGM drama I've seen in recent years. I think only Yu Zheng's period drama can compare to this, which is every second there's some BGM ongoing. You can't even find a scene of 2 people quietly just talking with their dialogue for more than 30 seconds. You may find like 15 seconds, but then after that, you're gonna hear some music. And every scene cut, every time they move to some other scene, there's another BGM in the background. Another really bad thing about this drama is the bad people, the whatever foreign agents. I don't know where they found those actors and actresses who speak English, and they definitely kind of have some kind of overseas background, so they speak relatively good English, but the way they speak it and the way they act, they are so not Chinese. Or thinking about if you are a foreign agent in China, you try to blend in. You don't want to stand out. And then the way they talk, they walk, like just the vibe, even the makeup they have is like so not Chinese. The fact that if they walk on a street like Beijing, the grandmothers who work in the community services, right, they will immediately spot you, you're not from here, and they will report you and you're gonna get caught. That's literally how not blended in the foreign agents are in this drama, and it's completely detached from reality. And with those 3 points that I've just mentioned, this drama, like, don't need to watch it. Haha, not surprising, it's from IQIYI, where it is famous for depicting Chinese legal system workers usually as incompetent. If you really want to watch a good enough recent spy drama, actually from IQIYI, go and check the year or 2 ago drama led by Han Geng, Zhou Fang, Wei Daxun, and Li Yitong. That drama is overall a lot better than this one. Moving on, 淮水竹亭, that aired on the same day. I'm still watching it today, although I'm on the brink of giving up on it. If you want to compare it to Yang Mi and Gong Jun's version, the red Fox Spirit. It's slightly better. In terms of it doesn't look as weirdly CGI'd, although it's still not very well CGI'd. It doesn't look that bad. Then in terms of plot, I feel Yang Mi-wan almost doesn't have any plot and hardly any character. The one that you're watching now, the bamboo leaf one, at least to some extent has some characters and a little bit plot ongoing. And it is not the situation where neither the male lead nor the female lead is delivering anything that's worth watching, which is the case of Hu Yao Xiaohongyang first. This time, I'd say, if you have to force it, Liu Shishi at least fights really prettily. Then Zhang Yunlong, you can tell, like, he really did put emotion and love into his performance. But that's about it. In terms of acting, Liu Shishi, it really reads like she's so tired. 80% of the time that she's on the brink of dozing off on camera, she can't open her eyes, and that's been her problem for a while. It just keeps getting worse. And then right now she's being unfortunately joked about on the internet a lot in China due to her overextended posture that almost arches her backward like that and making her look weird on camera. You know, there's a very fine line between naturally well-held, elegant posture and weird forced posture. She has gone too far to the weird forced side that now people are joking about her being the female version of Yang Yang. And because of her sleepy eyes and her zero will that you can really tell from the drama that she wants to communicate with the male lead, no matter what Zhang Yunlong is doing on his end, this end is dead. Nothing happens. Close to 1/3 mark, and you haven't really made it work. And it's unlikely that it's gonna work later. Many other problems with it, such as this drama doesn't bother to introduce you to any of the main characters at all. You literally don't know their background story, where they're from, what's the family background, what's the power structure of the world, what is really the circle and the outside of the circle. Because if you have no idea about this IP, you don't know what they're talking about. They don't explain anything. They just go straight into fights. And they kind of assume every audiences who would even click open this drama would know already the world set of Hu Yao Xiaohongyang. Not to mention they actually adapted and changed a lot of settings, so it's not really the original story either. It's episode 10, and I haven't seen any attempt to trying to make the audience's experience easier of understanding their story. So either they don't care, or they're really bad at writing that they can't do it. Either way, it means this drama is definitely not gonna work. The only reason that I may want to check out snippets of this drama is just to see future styling of Zhang Yunlong. These are the two recently still airing IQIYI dramas that have disappointed me. Counting back, I've spent 13 episodes time watching that just finished airing. A Life for a Life. I don't know why I feel like this, but I want to bite on IQIYI. I watched it because it's Miwu Juchang and it's Qin Hao and it's Han Geng. I like these two guys and they usually kind of are, even when the drama doesn't work, they work. I went in watching the drama. I'd say Qin Hao is okay. Han Geng's performance is good. Even Shi Pengyuan, who only showed up in the kind of first half of the drama, is good. Story is confusing. Only the first 4 or 5 episodes kind of is like something is ongoing. And then it just suddenly it turns into a pool of stuff that you don't want to look at, you don't want to pick up, you don't want to get close to. This is based on an existing novel that actually got awards as a literature writing piece. And if you look at its original material, it's a very different story than the drama. It is still talking about a pair of brothers who got incarcerated and then who escaped prison. But in the original novel, it's more like the 20 years on the run is a way of showing the 20 years of society changing in China, set in its very specific geolocation and time. The drama changed the geolocation and then they changed the story in terms of people escaping and why that happens. So much added on new plot that has nothing to do with the original novel. It again introduced unnecessary romantic storyline that is absolutely stupid. And then pretty much after episode 4 or 5, it's not worth watching. Slow and boring and nothing happens. It is a waste of casting Qin Hao and Han Geng and these people to play those roles because they don't lead anywhere and the story completely craps out towards the end. This is another work from the director Lu Chuan, who has consistently from last year to now house collapsed just because his work is too bad. There was the time many years ago when he did some good stuff, but after that it was downhill. And last year of the 749film, if you don't know about it, don't bother. It is the worst sci-fi movie ever made in Chinese history. Let's just put it that way. I think most people would agree. And he took like 8 years to make that. If it took 8 years and it could only make it look like that, then they should give up. Last year, because of that movie, this director has already pretty much completely destroyed his professional, I'd say, reputation within general public's mind in China. Whether within the industry is a different story because it works differently and too complicated a story to spend time talking about it here. But anyway, that's last year. And this year, this drama that he made during the making of that movie, apparently he took on this project because he wants money to make that movie. But that movie already failed last year. So this drama came out recently and what a nightmare. Why couldn't they just follow the original novel? It would have been a much better story, but they didn't. And it's an absolute embarrassment. Again, shows IQIYI has no idea about what they're doing. They had a good enough original material, and then they make a project that completely changes its original material, adding in their own stuff, thinking they're making it good, and it looks like absolute pile of shit. I feel like honestly every second I spend watching this drama is a waste. No need to watch this drama. If you like Qin Hao, Han Geng, Shi Pengyuan, any of those leading actors who show up in this drama, don't watch this drama. Not worth it at all. No, don't watch it. Sincerely, coming from Avenue X. Then dial further back, we have Wu Youdu, Demon Hunter's Romance. I watched until the puppet case, the puppet Yao, and then I stopped because I don't find the story engaging. I find Ren Jialun's line delivery so AI and robot-like, I can't continue watching. Like every time he speaks, I want to laugh. But I do know it actually got quite a bit, let's say, popularity as it goes on. One reason is there is a section of the story that has, when they enter the painting, is actually quite interesting in how they did it. Also, Cao Jun showed up. And as soon as he showed up, he exploded China's entertainment hashtag, social media. A guy who's close to his 40s, who was a star when he was a child, but then kind of phased out for a while, now coming back and still looking really good. And he's a master of Kung Fu, like he's a properly trained Kung Fu fighter, to the point that he fights so much better than everybody else, including stuntmen, that you can literally see this guy is made for it. And even though he's not the main lead, even though he doesn't get styled to make himself look better than other people, people still crowded around him and then sent him to a new round of fame on internet, which I am very happy to see. I also know the ending that angered everybody who actually chased the drama up to that point, paid money to see the last couple of episodes and got blown away, literally, not in a good way, by IQIYI. And the funny thing about that is the writer of the story actually wrote a happy ending. Yet the platform forced the drama to do the open ending because they consulted AI and AI told them this way is a better way to make the audiences care more about the story. And even during a recent event they held, an IQIYI person had this PPT behind him. And this is not made up. It's IQIYI's own formula about how to tell an effective story. 17% reality detail, 20% anti-trope, 10% leave space, leave white, which is a traditional Chinese ink painting technique. Leaving space, don't fill the canvas up. Plenty of white space gives meaning, equals 100% 破防 for the audiences. Losing your defense, becoming completely defeated. So basically, IQIYI believes with that kind of formula of writing a story, it makes the audiences 破防, and that's a good thing. The fact that they think they should torture the audiences and make the audiences go is a good thing, is what they're aiming for. What a bunch of morons. And who do they think they are? This is what happened, is they believe this is the right way to do it, that 10% liu bai, and intentionally switching a happy ending to an open ending, whatever, of Demon Hunter's Romance. And what happened on the night when they put out that ending? Wow, social media. Waves of hate. I feel people literally want to go to IQIYI's building and lit them up on fire and burn them and erase that company's existence and find the management and people who made those decisions and then hang them on lighting poles on the street. Like that's what internet feels like that night. Literally hatred exploding on China's internet that evening, and I was watching on social media trending and all the hate messages people have for IQIYI, and I'm like, yeah, you did make people 破防, but they 破防 and they really want you to die. And I completely understand where people are coming from. Me and my industry friends are watching this and talking in private like, what the F is going on? I think they really have all gone mad. Whether it is because their building has really bad feng shui and people who go in there just all go mental. Maybe that's one reason, because this does not explain any sane organization would be doing these type of things and feeling really good about that. It reminds me of the saying that if heaven or if God wants to destroy somebody, they will make you go mad first. IQIYI is in that going mad process. So that's what happened with Demon Hunter's Romance. I feel really bad for people who have chased the drama till the end and like got this kind of shit in their face. I'm lucky that I escaped this drama before that happened, didn't spend that much time and energy invested in it. But for everybody who suffered, I feel very sorry about you. You should hate IQIYI, okay? For that, it's very fair and square. There's nothing wrong you're doing in that. They provide a service, they mess it up, and they mess it up intentionally to make you feel bad. Why does that type of business exist in this world? Why should we, as consumers, allow it to exist? It should just be buried as soon as possible. As if that's not bad enough. Counting back in time, you have the Sun Li drama, 17 episodes, finished airing in a few days after it went online, a police drama, complete failure, not on actor's side, on the scriptwriter side, on again depicting a type of police work and police station that does not exist in China. The fact that one of the leading investigators on your team investigating a drug case disappeared, went missing for 2 months, and nobody cared about it anymore within the branch of that police station. I tell you, that would never happen. That whole city will be on this case. It just does not work like that in China, okay? So that whole story's premise is absolutely stupid. Not to mention the female lead character also does not make sense much. Just Sun Li, I think she did her best, but it's so not fitting whatever natural vibe these days as a mid-age actress and what she naturally is like. And she's trying to reach a character that is not real on paper. And then the master drug dealer turns out to be her sister. Is just, come on, what are you talking about? And right now her drama on Youku with Dong Zijian is a lot more acceptable, and her acting really works out in that one. So if you want to watch him, just saying that Youku drama is a lot better than whatever IQIYI is putting right now. So that's another failure IQIYI drama. And I guess like with this constant happening with IQIYI chucking out stuff that does not work, my trust in this platform, it's me, Wu Juchang, any of its stuff is at historical low. Then I did speak about the absolute embarrassment of the drama they've done during Chinese New Year. Just before that, the Drifting Away with Zhao Jinmai and Guo Jingfei and Wang Qianyuan. After I came back to Canada, the first March live stream, I did talk extensively about that. If you're interested in knowing exactly what IQIYI has done, you should check out that live stream. I'm not gonna go into details. I think that was the point that I finally got to the quantum leap point of my opinion of this platform. And what that drama did, so questionable on so many levels, that really turned my stomach. I'm not saying everything that airs on IQIYI is bad, because it doesn't have full control of all the content that goes on there. Some of it is done by itself. It has a hand in the creation of the IP. Some are literally done by people not in IQIYI. They just sell the drama to the platform and the platform hosts it. So those dramas, for example, Strange Tales Tang Dynasty, tends to be a lot more normal than the ones where IQIYI has a hand in the actual creation process. Everything that's being touched by their hand in creation process gets this bad luck and snowball of just not good vibe. I think by that point, when I watched Drifting Away and noticed what happened around the drama, I really had enough of this platform. The drama are still coming in. I still watch their dramas, but now, honestly, I say I am no longer, like in any sense, very objective. Everything that comes out of IQIYI now, before I even go in, I stand on questioning, doubting, and then picking out its mistakes. That's my starting point. of watching dramas coming from them. Unless I know they actually have no hand in the actual creation of those dramas. There are some of them, not a lot, but some of them. If it's not that case, I really cannot stand on a neutral point anymore because they've done too many stupid things that are wrong on all levels imaginable of content creation. And then treating their customers, their audiences, people who subscribe and pay money to watch their content. They've done too many wrong things to be forgiven. I'm a paying customer, and if you're treating me like that, then F you. Recently, just like 2 days ago, there's another report on an interview of their higher management. They have decided to integrate AI into their content to pick out within an episode important plot points and market for the audiences, thinking it is a very helpful service to the audiences. Go straight into that part of the drama and watch it, and then ignore the things you don't want to watch. So they have proudly announced they have that new function installed. So why do you make long form content to start with? Just turn yourself into TikTok. And then they announced another thing, which is they want to open a new branch of business, I'm not joking, of making their stars, so people who sign up to this platform, whatever contract they have, to do live stream on their platform, to 带货, to sell products. Like they literally said this is their next step of integrating their stars into live streaming, selling on IQIYI. Apparently, I think they just think TikTok takes too much money, like Chinese Douyin or whatever other streaming platforms, too big a slice of cake that they don't want to give up, so they are gonna do it themselves. After the 70%, 20%, 10% formula they've put out, after intentionally angering the audiences because they like doing it. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is what they also did to 念无双. But forever. Apparently that drama actually has 6 more episodes. They have 42 episodes content. They cut 6 episodes off. They cut a lot of plot off so that things don't link anymore because they think they want to speed it up, and it's no point of letting people know what happens to the characters later in the story. Not to mention that drama got no attention, no love, no support from IQIYI at all, right? I forgot to mention that one because IQIYI has done so many wrong things that my brain is filled with all their mistakes that I can't even remember which is which. Where are we? Oh yeah, that formula, right? They believe in that formula. They believe in angering audiences. They believe in AI is here so that we can make it better. We can shorten the drama, ask AI's opinion about how to improve our content, and then we can do live stream of selling stuff, and it's gonna all be good and rosy, and IQIYI is gonna be doing better and better. If there's another equivalent to the type of delusion that they are having right now, I'd say the administration running the country to the south of the current country I'm in is kind of similar. With the limited time I've had on this earth, somehow I always believed at the end of the day, people would rely on logic, rationality, and looking at the factual things and how the physical world actually works to make their plans, decide where they're gonna go, and do the next step. It seems to be the only thing that you can do to control the inevitable collapse of things going from order to chaos, because that's how the universe works. But apparently that's not true. The recent couple of years, everything that happens in the world is telling me no. Often people who are running whatever big business, they actually have no clue about what they're doing at all. And somehow things are still just going on. Inertia is pushing it, keep going until maybe it hits a wall or it collapses. But watching what is happening in Chinese drama, and particularly to this platform, is like a facade of the crazy world we living right now. It reflects that energy of total stupidity and then blind confidence and completely misjudging of situations, daydreaming about a good outcome that will never come to fruition because all those projections is based on things that don't exist. Anyway, I know I'm rambling, but because of everything that has happened on the platform IQIYI and a couple of months leading up to it, I really feel like this platform probably is at the end of its validity. With the risk of making myself basically looking stupid and making the video in 2025, April and May, I'm just saying with what I'm seeing this platform is doing right now, as it is, I don't think it can continue doing this much longer. If it does not get destroyed and erased from history, then it will mean it will have a complete restructure, or maybe only the name is going to be kept, but what is running it, who is running it, how it's being run needs to be completely redone. The only good wish I would have would be for the couple of good IPs it still has on its hands. I would like them to find the really responsible, talented, decent people to take over and take care of them and not destroy them. Thank heavens, IPs as important as Three Body is not in their hands. I'm not saying Tencent is like much better, but to some extent. I think Tencent actually knows what makes good content. It just most of the time doesn't care about it because they want to make money. Between good quality and actually meaningful content that may not make that much money, and then stuff that is completely worthless actually but will make money and then be forgotten, they'd rather do the second type. Tencent is more like that, but when it comes to like actually important things, they kind of have a clue about, okay, don't mess this one up, like, give it special treatment and just make sure it all works out on its own. We don't tamper with it. They kind of know, at least to that extent, at least based on what I've seen in recent couple of years. IQIYI is like, it has gone mental. I am totally on 看热闹不嫌事大 now for IQIYI, and I can't wait actually to see how it's gonna work itself into the abyss and destruction. This is my emotional outlet and bursting with my problems with it. As a consumer, as a long-time consumer, as once having hope in its content viewer, now I truly have completely lost confidence and trust in this platform. And I honestly do hope all the good IPs don't end up in their hands. That should be the end of this video. If you've been watching IQIYI stuff for long enough, right, what do you think? Because I know within China, domestically, due to the Demon Hunter thing, IQIYI is like not having a good time, let's be honest. People are absolutely shitting it everywhere I could see. Every social media platform. I really don't see any people say any good thing about this platform in any way. Everybody's fandom, every different fandoms is like hating on it. I'm wondering what outside of China people are thinking. Thank you for watching Avenue X. If this also helped you vent something, I guess it has served its purpose. Please take care. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.